Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And since I got Endeavor out the way, I figured I might as well go ahead and knock out Aizawa. So this is obviously Shota Aizawa from our My Hero Academia. And I'm wondering, when did they change to the windowless packages? I didn't notice it. I didn't pay that much attention to it on the Agent Venom because I hadn't had an amazing Yamaguchi in a long time. Since I did a review on the Agent Venom. I think that was the first one I've had in probably 5 years. And when did they change to the windowless packaging? That is unfortunate. What's going on with that? I know I'm late to the game, obviously, but what's going on with the windowless packaging? I don't understand why they did that. That's wild to me. Anyway, let's take a look at the figure. He looks great. He looks really good. They put the angry face on him in the box, which is wild to me. But yeah, he looks like Aizawa, angry face and all. I like the hair, I like the paint on the hair. I'll probably change this head out when we get to the articulation portion, because obviously, and he actually has decent articulation with this hair, this really stiff hair, but obviously, I think he's like cast in this black. I don't think this is painted. I can't really tell by the camera, but obviously this blue is painted. I think his scarf or whatever, I don't know what he calls this thing. I think that is cast in this plastic because it looks a little cheap. But there's not a whole lot going on with this guy. He's just an all black. Got a little silver paint there on the sides of his boots. But other than that, he's just painted all black. Really, it's just the face that obviously stands out for this guy. So there's not a whole lot going on with him. The wrinkles and everything are done nicely. He's not super awkwardly proportioned like a lot of the Yamaguchi figures used to be. There is some gapping here between the hip and the torso here, but you can cover that up with his belt, so you can pose that away, obviously. I think that was meant to be like that. It's Revoltech. We know they take their liberties when it comes to articulation. We got some blue paint on the back there too. But yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good. Nothing really too much more to say about him. Maybe some shading, maybe like some gray shading would have been a little nice to have on this guy. I don't know. I think he looks fine the way he is, to be honest with you. Anyway, that's it for aesthetics. Let's go ahead and go to the accessories. Alrighty, so we get a rack of hands here. We get two grabby hands, one pointy hand. I guess that's a pointing hand. No, there are two open pose hands. We get some more grabby hands with holes in them, or fists with holes in them, however you want to call it. But it's obviously to grab stuff. And then we get two thumbs up. And then the fists come on the body. So that's it for the hands. I like it when they put them on the racks. Love that. Then we got some more faces. We got the weird smiley face. I guess that's him smiling. He always looks tired though, right? Because he can't close his eyes. Because his power is stopping other people's power. So he has to keep his eyes open for that. So he always looks tired. Because he's always working. The man is always working. So we got the sleepy face. Then we got the angry-ish face looking off to the side. So that looks good. I like that. Then we have the very angry face with them eyes red now. He must be using his powers. Does his eyes turn red when he's using his powers? I don't remember. But that one looks good. And then we have, I think some paint flaked off. Then we have just kind of a stern face, but looking off to the side, also with red eyes. So remind me of why his eyes are red. Does that mean he's using his powers? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched it. And the manga is over. So yeah. So that's it for the faces. I forgot to mention he does have two other hands that are hands that you make it look like he has his hands in his pocket. Forgot about those. So he does have those two like half-seas hands. Then he gets these two belt pieces. I'm not sure what these are for or what these reference, but they're nicely painted. I will say that they are very, very nicely painted. I do like the way that they look, but I don't know what they're for. Then he gets an extra neck piece. I was reading the directions. I don't know why he has this. They don't really say. Then he gets his stabby knife, which is very nicely painted also. Very, very nicely painted. Very stabby, very knifey. So that's that. Then he has an abundance of his ropes or his scarf. So you get these very stiff, long straight ones, and these can obviously go into those hands. This is what I want to say. Well, actually, I'll say it when I'm done. Then he gets some kind of like curved versions of the same thing. His little scarf. Nothing really too much with these. They're kind of cheap, like I said. And then we get like some super soft plastic ones, but no bendy wire. Like why? I guess you stick the knife in here. Can you stick the knife in here? Like what goes in there? Can you like add more of these to it? But I don't know what you would use these for, but why didn't they just, because there's two attached to them already, right? I mean, they could have just made them really long, or made them separate even. Put a ball peg or a ball peg at the end, and did bendy wire, and then you wouldn't have to do all these. I don't understand. Like, why are these really loose, cheap, floppy ones in there? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Why didn't they just make bendy wire ones? I don't know. They could have made it plastic too. Make it plastic if you want to. You can put it in the soft plastic like this. This is very soft plastic. Or you could have made it cloth. Yeah, they're starting to put cloth capes on figures. They could have just made his scarf cloth, and then made the long parts bendy wire. I don't know. I really don't know their thinking. Maybe it would have been more difficult to fit the cloth or the scarf in his hand if they made it cloth. Maybe. I don't know, at least give the option, I would say. You know, maybe people just wanted to like, I mean, I guess he has to throw it, right? I guess he does throw it. The scarf doesn't have a mind of its own. So I guess he does have to throw it. I still say an option for bendy wire would have been nice. I guess you don't really have to have it, but it would have been nice to have had at least one accessory that was bendy wire. Oh, there's one more thing. I always forget this stuff because I don't care about them because I never use them, but sometimes they have stuff in them. So he does come with like, I guess these are like student reports or something. But he does come with that in like, I guess that's like a clipboard almost. So he does have that too. And then obviously you get the stand and some extra wrist pegs. Same thing with the Endeavor. Endeavor came with extra wrist pegs and a stand too. I don't see why you would need it for these guys. Not a I don't know why you would need a stand. But yeah, I wish they just had some either cloth or plastic bendy wire options for his what's the face, his scarf. But anyway, let's get to the articulation. So even with this long hair on, let's see if we can get his head to go up. Let's see if we can finagle this. It can kind of go. Also, he keeps falling apart here. I think I was having the same issue with the Agent Venom, that he was falling apart at the waist a lot. He can look down. He can definitely look down. Looking up is going to be an issue. Let's try the other head and let's see if he can look up with that head. I'll be right back. No, it doesn't look like he can look up with this either. It's just this piece here is just too, he can't get his head past that. So, but he can look down really nicely. It's a double ball peg in it. Jesus Christ with this. My God. He can look down side to side. The scarf piece does move with him, so it does allow quite a bit of movement considering all this is bunched up here, all this stuff he has going on in here. I just want to show something. I forgot to show this during the accessories part. He does have his visor, his Geordie LaForge visors. So he does have those. I forgot to mention that in the accessories. But yeah, he can move that head all around except up. The arm can go not quite horizontal. There we go. There we go. He can get it up horizontal. He does have a swivel in the shoulder for the bicep instead of an actual bicep swivel. Over 90 with the elbow. Can he swivel there? Yep, he can swivel there too at the elbow. I guess you can use either one of those. We have hinge, ball hinge for the wrist. Then you've seen my issues with the torso that keeps popping off. He can go back pretty far if you use all the joints. Then very, very far forward. That's really nice. And then obviously it's a Revoltech. You're gonna get plenty of side to side, but he is gonna fall apart if you play with him too hard, apparently. You just gotta push this, keep pushing that piece down and hopefully not break anything while you hold it down. This is like a floaty piece here. And they unpeg. I didn't know they unpegged. Okay. So that piece does unpeg. I don't know why you would want it to, but it unpegs. As far as the splits, he can, let's see if we can get the splits here. He can do the Revoltech splits. Let's get that back. So the Revoltech splits are this. These are the Revoltech splits, and then let's see. Yeah, these are the Revoltech splits. He can do the Revoltech splits. Then his leg is super weird. So not too good when it comes to, oh, there we go. There's the Revoltech split I was trying to do. I keep popping his leg out. But he can do the Revoltech splits just fine. Obviously there's a thigh swivel there, but that's more for the weird articulation that you might want to do. Way over 90 with the knee, and it's good proportioning there. You do get a shin swivel here, and then as far as kicking forward and backwards, obviously is going to be really, really good for Revoltech. So that's good. And then we can go forward that far with the foot, that far back. Come on, camera, stop blurring out. Down that far with the foot, and then obviously we get an ankle rocker there and a toe joint. So you're pretty standard Revoltech articulate. Oh my God, here we go with this again. That's annoying. That's just annoying. These figures aren't cheap. Falling apart like that is unacceptable. I'm not going front. Like, when you pay this much for a figure, you do not expect them to fall apart like that constantly. Like, I can just look. You see that? That's unacceptable. Revoltech, you can do better than that. You two steps forwards and 2 steps back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. However that song go, Paula Abdul song. I'm showing my age. Yeah, you can't. This is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Not for what? How much did I pay for this thing? Okay, well, he was $67, but with shipping, he was almost $100. I'm sure. So that's unacceptable. This is not even for $67. This is unacceptable. It doesn't matter. That's not cheap either. Marvel Legends ain't falling apart like that. Now, granted, they don't have the articulation, but this is unacceptable. This floppiness and this falling apart. This can't be a thing. Step it up, Revoltech. People pay too much money for these things for them to be falling apart like that. Anyway, let's do some comparisons. All right, and here he is next to Endeavor, Revoltech Endeavor. And obviously Endeavor is going to be way bigger than him. I have him posed. Trust me, Endeavor is way taller and bigger than Aizawa, as he should be. But they look good together. If I had him posed, then they would really look dope together. But yeah, you know what, I'm gonna just pull some stuff over here. I'm not gonna do any more comparisons. I'm not gonna cut and do any more comparisons. Here he is with Luffy. Here he is with Kamina. That's what I got. That's what I got sitting here next to me. So yeah, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. He's pretty standard size, actually. He's supposed to be pretty small though. But anyway, that is it for comparisons. Really quick, before I give my final thoughts, I want to show something. So I changed out the neck piece. So I figured out what that gray piece for. It was for a neck piece replacement. Double ball peg. Watch this. Double ball peg. Can look up just fine. Double ball peg. He can look up. How much further do you need to be able to look up? Double ball peg, and really the reason he can't look up anymore is because now it's being blocked by the hair and the collar. But even with all that hair, he can look up. So I just want the laziness of some people to think that ball hinge neck thing is the solution. It's not. It's double ball pegs. Point blank. Alrighty, so for my final thoughts. I like him. The floppy torso falling apart thing is a problem. It is a serious freaking problem. You cannot have a floppy torso like that and it just falls apart with just the smallest of shakes. It's ridiculous. That can't be a thing. I did find out what to do with the really floppy pieces. They just plug into the back, and then they supposed to be like mobile, so you can move it with the other pieces, I guess. But yeah, you just can't have that. That's a big knock for this figure, unfortunately. For this could have been this figure could have easily got like an 8.5 out of 10. Even a 9 out of 10. It could have got a 9 out of 10. But because of that floppy torso joint, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's not it's not acceptable for you to have to pay $70+ for a figure if we're talking about with tax. And then shipping, you're probably up in the 80s to 90 range. And then you have a torso that's flippity floppity and sloppity and falling apart. That's not acceptable. It's just not acceptable. So anyway, he'll probably be, him and Endeavor going back in their boxes anyway, because I don't have the room or the equipment to display them currently, and I don't have enough My Hero Academia Revoltech figures to start a full display with them quite yet. And so I won't do it until I have Deku and Bakugo at least. So I need the main two characters, especially Deku, before I even start a display. But anyway, that's it for my final thoughts. That's it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.